this first round, and New Zealand take on Spain. And who can forget the Spanish couple when they beat the English up in Durham a few years back, and it was an incredible win. Since then, they've not really stepped up to the plate, and this will be a tough one for them against the New Zealand pair. And Stu, could be a close one. I mean, the Spanish, if they got that form back, you would have them, you know, odds-on favourites. But the World Cup throws up some funny pairings.
Well, they beat Taylor and Wade. They then beat Anderson and Thornton, and eventually lost out to Netherlands in the semi-final of the first ever World Cup of Darts. Rodriguez and Alcinas. And we all remember this man, Rob Szabo of New Zealand. What an impression he made at the World Championship just 6 months ago at the Alexandra Palace.
99.
He was a set-up and a leg-up against Phil Taylor.
Well, Alcinas, when they beat Wade and Taylor, that was an exceptional game of darts. I mean, he took out 116, I think, was Rodriguez, to actually beat them under that pressure.
I think with Alcinas with the scoring and Rodriguez with the finishing, I mean, it was the perfect pairing.
Well, that's how you play this game. You know, you've got to have confidence, you know, in your opponent. He's got to have confidence in you. So if you're not scoring, but you're hitting the doubles, then, you know, you're doing the work. You're doing the work together. You know what to leave your opponent. You've got to know what his favourite double is. You don't leave him your favourite double. You know, there's people sitting there listening saying, well, a professional should be able to hit any double. Well, that's not exactly the case, I'm afraid.
70.
Alcinas and Rodriguez, their careers have sort of gone in different paths, haven't they? Alcinas won a tour card earlier this year, and he is giving it a go back on the PDC tour. But Carlos Rodriguez just playing domestic darts now. The last time that we saw Rodriguez on Sky Sports at the Ali Pali 2013 World Champs, here he is, lost in the preliminary round to John Bowles, but he doesn't play the tour anymore. Carlos still plays back home in Spain.
It is tough there on the tour, though, Stu, you know, and it does cost a lot of money. If you've not got a sponsor to help you out, the pressure is on, and there's no easy first-round games now. You're walking into a real good quality player, experienced player as well on the tour. This man, I always thought he was going to kick on. I see something in him that you don't see in other players, that little bit of extra spark of brilliance.
Yeah, and he's shown it. He's reached the last 16 on a couple of Pro Tour events. Did okay at the UK Open. But this is good. This is Craig Caldwell, I should say, who we saw last year for New Zealand. Oh, that's a great dart. Can Rodriguez finish? Unlucky. Well, last year, the Kiwi pair was Caldwell and Philip Hazel. Here is Rob Szabo looking to win the opening leg for New Zealand.
Right-hand corner of the board for Szabo, and he's gone and missed two. So Spain come back. I know we say it so many times, but concentrate on this first dart. He's done exactly that. The double two. Chasing it back up to the ones, the madhouse, and now he's gone. Edgy darts here in the last game of the afternoon here in Hamburg, and who's going to take this out? Well, that was nearly off the board, Stu.
Well, it was in the five.
No score.
Well, they're all over the shop. They both pairs will know how important this first leg is. This is for a break of throw for the Spanish pair. Rodriguez. Oh, good dart. Carlos Rodriguez takes the opening leg for Spain against the throw. The number 15 seeds and a spring in the step of the 35-year-old Rodriguez.
100.
Yeah, but Rodriguez, I think, just took the decision that he couldn't afford to play on the 2 years since he's played on the PDC Pro Tour, but we've already seen he's still a decent player. And these are pretty good as well from Rob Szabo. It was darts like that that gave Taylor a real scare at the Alexandra Palace in the first round at the World Championship. Szabo was set up, lost 3 sets to 1, but gave it a real go against Philip Taylor.
80.
The thing is, Stu, you know, going back to what you said about the tour, if you are struggling and you're putting extra pressure, then your form is going to dip even further.
55.
It is best to take a little break, recoup, and then if you think you're good enough, come back to that. But like you say, you know, just keep punishing yourself week in, week out. You're putting yourself on a negative all the time.
44.
Well, that's what Alcinas has done. You know, he gave it a rest for a little while, Antonio Alcinas, but was confident enough to go for his tour card at qualifying school, and you know, he's reaping some rewards this year. Of course, the main priority for all these players is to win a place back at the Alexandra Palace for the World Championship. That is the aim for the year. New Zealand, by the way, their World Championship qualifier takes place next month.
60.
The top 16 in the New Zealand rankings will include Caldwell and Szabo. Will fight it out for a place at the Ali Pali.
Well, it's such big money just to turn up.
59.
I mean, that can sponsor you for a good few months on the tour. If you can just make the World Championships, that's without winning a game. We do hear that the prize money could be going up a tad for the World Championships, so good news for the players.
That's a great dart again from Szabo. Yeah, really good.
Second leg.
He started the leg with a 180 and finished it with a classy 2-dart finish.
Game on.
Well, they've got that breaker throw back. So now Szabo needs to follow up with that really good last leg. The switch to the 19s, and not
47.
such a good chance. So now the chance for the Spanish. A little 140 gives them the throw.
The winner of this will play
45.
either a tournament favourites, the Netherlands, Barneveld and Van Gerwen, or Italy. And that is one of the stand-out
100.
matches for the evening session on day 1 here of the 2014 World Cup of Darts. Belgium, last year's runner-up. Wales, who also lost a final, the opening final, didn't they? They lost the Welsh to the Netherlands back in 2010. Taylor and Lewis looking to make it a hat-trick of World Cup wins. They play Thailand. And then Australia against Denmark. Can Nicholson and Whitlock, who've come close on so many occasions, finally win a World Cup for Australia?
125.
Well, I think for me, Stu, with all the big boys coming in this evening, is who's going to gel and who doesn't. At the end of the day, it is, even though you're pairs, if you can
100.
have it that you're playing in individual sports, you go up there and you do your best and you do it, then you're hard to beat. But if you start to put the pressure and then the players, you're not working with them properly, that's when it all can crash and burn.
Well, it was interesting. Adrian Lewis quoted pre-tournament as saying when England won it 2 years ago, he carried Taylor through the majority of the tournament, and last year he said it was the other way round. It was Taylor who was carrying him, so certainly a partnership
83.
going. Poland, USA, Hong Kong, Austria, Sweden, Japan and South Africa through
82.
to the last 16 of the World Cup already.
He needs to find a treble. That's where we say you've got to set it up.
59.
That really doesn't set it up. So
100.
New Zealand, Caldwell, well, he's got to go 2 double tops. That's the route. and the only route really. Some players would go for that treble 16, like a Mervyn King or someone, but the two tops are the route.
That's a great dart, again from Rodriguez. Bullseye. Oh, what a good dart. That was unlucky. He actually hit the wire around the ball. Great effort. Szabo for 2-1 for New Zealand.
In charge of the third leg, New Zealand.
2-1 it is
Spain
for New Zealand, and all three legs have gone against the throw. And just going back to that 118, Stu, you know, I know I keep going on about, you know, you practice on the treble 20, as we see Alcina's golf with a great score. You practice on that treble 20 all day, every day. And then Rodriguez went for the treble 18, but by hitting the treble 18, unless he hit another treble, the dart had to be at the bullseye, where if he went for the treble 20, then the third dart would have been at a double. And that percentage, to me, well, it's a no-brainer going for that treble 20 with the first dart. They find themselves 2-1 down to the New Zealand.
16.
Well, New Zealand trying to get past the first stage of a World Cup of darts for the very first time. That's a perfect dart there from Craig Caldwell. May switch now, though.
140.
Oh, he found a way, didn't he? Found a way through. That's a good dart.
Well, a big chance here for Szabo to get a bit of a lead in this leg against the throw. Oh, and that is beckoning for another treble 19.
96.
Well, that edges him in front.
Yeah. 157 left.
82.
Caldwell, who a couple of years ago won the New Zealand Masters, with the biggest wins of his career.
100. Spain require 160.
Really does need the treble here, Alcinas. Good dart, really good dart. Certainly helps his teammate, Will Rodriguez, get a dart at tops. Treble 15, the shot for Szabo. So key moments in this match coming up now. Carlos Rodriguez should get two darts if he needs it at tops.
Well, the third dart of Alcina's there, the treble 20, was absolutely brilliant, and it's set up two darts at this double. Will he need two? He's going to need the tens. Big dart for the Spanish, and Carlos Rodriguez was up for it. Two legs apiece.
New Zealand to throw first.
And we have a game on our hands here.
We always thought it'd be close. If you are just joining us, the standout performance of the opening afternoon has come from South Africa. Dancing Devon Peterson, what a star he is, and Graham Philby
99.
averaging nearly 98 in stunning the host nation, beating Germany 5-3. Devon Peterson
68.
just carried on where he left off at the Alexandra Palace.
Devon's got the air about him that, you know, he loves the game, always plays with a big smile on his face, and if you can do that, you're more relaxed. The arm doesn't tighten up so much, so the darts go in the board a lot freer.
Perhaps we may yet see the Devon dance on the stage in Hamburg. Lit up the stage at the Alexandra Palace, didn't he? But, well, so did Rob Szabo against Taylor. Yeah, good last dart.
I don't understand why he didn't stay there, Stu. You know, that first dart, it was absolutely perfectly sitting in the board for Alcinas. The way he throws a dart is more level or just dipping down.
95.
Well, Rodriguez and the Spanish man only get 6 darts from here. And he's got to find another one of those.
99. New Zealand, you require 122.
Well, this is as close as we thought it would be. Unlucky in the treble one.
Well,
that really has opened the door here for Alcinas. Treble 20. I would have left the ball, but that was wide of the mark.
Those 2 darts
could
have cost the Spanish the leg. Well, he wants 76 now. Now double 8. What a big dart this is for Caldwell. And he's missed it. Well, Rodriguez is coming back for 90 when he should have been coming back for at least 1 dart of the double, if not 2. The 20s are the route. Well, he's going to come back with 2. Double 15 for a breaker throw. Well, he chucked that in the 19, so New Zealand get a chance to hold on to their throw.
Well, what a chance that was for Spain, because the first dart in the treble was so good from Rodriguez. Key moments in this game, and he used the marker perfectly there, Rob Szabo. Spain lead, New Zealand leads Spain 3-2, and the Spanish have it all to do, the heroes of the 2010 World Cup of Darts, Alcinas and Rodriguez. Is it going to be New Zealand's day to go past the opening stages of a World Cup for the very first time?
59.
Certainly the pressure on Spain to get this leg deficit back.
95.
New Zealand with the advantage. They've just got to keep chasing. And the legs where Spain throw first. Make sure they keep with them. Force them into missing the double. Put the pressure on them.
Looks solid again, hasn't he, Rob Szabo? He beat Ian Moss in the preliminary at the World Championship to set up that match with Taylor. And he gave Taylor a real scare.
100.
Well, he had nothing to lose playing Phil Taylor. Sometimes that's why they go up and really have a good game, and certainly Szabo showed that he's got the game to play well. So now, again, Spain on the shot, but he's got to find the treble. This is where it opens the door, Stu, for New Zealand now to come in with a ton or a ton 40. We know Szabo quite capable of going there, hitting the ton 40, to give his opponent, to give his partner 2 darts at the double, and then it forces that 90 again, and Spain wanted 90 in the previous leg.
Yep.
59.
And Rodriguez in the previous leg hit the treble 20, missed the double 15 inside the wire. Treble 15, the shot, you'd think. That's a great recovery. Tops for Carlos. Oh, really well done. Really well done. After the first dart went in the single 5. You get the feeling from here that this match will be decided by This man, Rob Szabo, and Carlos Rodriguez, they are the better players from each partnership.
Well, it all depends how the doubles fall and what player they fall to. Rodriguez will feel really comfortable at hitting the double because he's done most of that work, the same with Szabo with New Zealand. But it can work the other way, and it falls on the, well, let's say the weaker player on the doubles. And that's when you win or lose a pairs match. Brilliant dance though from Caldwell.
Well, that's his best visit of the match so far, Craig Caldwell. Will it be significant? Oh, great reply from Rodriguez. That's terrific, that really is. We haven't seen him for a couple of years, Carlos Rodriguez. Business as usual.
He's going to have to switch now. He's got to knock that 9 off.
97.
Done that perfectly. What the Spanish wouldn't do to have another 180. 140 could give him a dart. His partner a dart at the double.
100.
That's good. He may get a dart at the bullseye, Rodriguez, if he returns. Caldwell's got to go for that 25. The treble 19 will leave the ball. So Rodriguez returns. They're going to break a throw and take the lead for the very first time in this match.
64. Spain, you require 124.
Oh yes, that's a great dart again. Brilliant from Rodriguez. Brilliant from Carlos Rodriguez. How about that? A 1-2-4 finish. Well, he started with a 180, and his next visit he takes out 1-2-4. Well, King Carlos on this stage of Spain. What an important moment that could be. That was really...
Him who has taken out some big shots out, and now he has got to be flying. Hit the 180, took the shot out.
100.
And he's got that air of confidence about him now.
Well, perfect.
60.
Well, they've... All of a sudden, the Spanish pair have found a way. Brilliantly.
99. Spain, you require.
Well, it's incredible how a game of darts can turn. New Zealand looked like they were the stronger pair. And now it's Spain with a chance. 6 darts from 161 to go to the second round.
54.
Well, don't forget, Caldwell hit that 177, didn't he? And then Rodriguez replied straight away with a 180. Well, it looks like another
44.
first hurdle exit for New Zealand at the World Cup of Darts. Leave it handy for your partner.
59.
I suppose the way that Rodriguez has played, it would be fitting if he hit the winning dart.
Well, Alcinas did the right thing. He just didn't miss a big number, giving his partner 2 darts at a double. And they've come from nowhere. The last 2 legs have been brilliant from the Spanish, but before then,
Spain, you require 48.
mediocrity. But now, the chance for Rodriguez to finish this game.
Tops he needs. Carlos Rodriguez has produced one of the performances of the afternoon, and Spain are up and running at the World Cup of Darts. brilliant performance to reel off 3 consecutive legs. Spain beat New Zealand 5-3 here in Hamburg.
Well, memories of 2010 when they knocked out England and reached the semi-final of this competition.